Welcome to round number 6 of Rapid Racing League, and we are here for the British Grand Prix as we are back for some more league racing content. And I'm actually going to keep this intro very small and short, but if you've not checked out the last video, please go check that out, which was around Monaco, and I will not give any spoilers. So obviously just let you guys stay tuned and watch it, but yeah, very much excited for Silverstone. Track where I kind of do struggle at, so obviously we got to get some momentum going. But coming off a really strong result for Monaco, let's try to keep this momentum going. But stay tuned for this episode. You definitely don't want to miss this, and I will see you guys at the end of the video. So here are the standings after round 5. Here are the constructor standings. Obviously we're sitting on 73 points. And this was actually after Monaco, so there were some post-race pens. Obviously, if you not check out Monaco, please go check that out. But yeah, sitting on 73 points, that's really strong so far. And considering that again we've missed a couple races, so that's a pretty strong result for the Kick squad per se. And when it comes to the drivers, we are on 37 points, so we can overtake Joseph Dunrod today. He is not racing. Again, something has came up, I believe, for him. But yeah, there's your standings. Reimer does lead the championship. Docta and Spicy are second and third, and for 6th place, Joshy is putting up a good threat. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on Joshy towards this race. Oh, sweet, dry race, thank God.
Nice.
Very much excited for a dry race and not a wet race. Haven't really done much wet running in races so far this season. I believe I think we've only done one wet race, and that was actually at, I want to say that was probably in a different league that actually wasn't recorded. So we go for our first lap here around the Silverstone circuit, and I did not really do much practice for this race. Silverstone is a track where I'm a little bit iffy at. For some reason I just cannot really get used to the track. It's a great track though, but I just tend to struggle at it a little bit. So specifically at some corners where there was definitely a lot more time on these laps, and towards the end I was like getting frustrated because I knew that there was a lot more time. But so far purple sector 1, which actually is a glitch, so that's actually not a personal best in the first sector, but flat out through Kopp's corner, so that's also pretty strong. I know a lot of people are taking that in 7th gear. I took it in 8th, and that helped out quite a bit. And right here, you sort of lift, but you also have to half lift, and I did not do that whatsoever. You can easily find about 3/10 through there. So this is really just a good banker lap to kind of get the mood setting. But we're going to come across the line here. It's going to be somewhere in the 127s. This is not a really good lap. We're going to see what our answers are as we cross the line.
Good job.
27.4. Yeah, there's more time in there, definitely.
Yeah, I saw a little wiggle.
Definitely a little bit of wiggles in that lap, and not ideal really. But yeah, just kind of looking at the times. Endzone, who is a Division 2 driver moving up to D1 next season, obviously an SKG development driver, has set the pace at 126.5. He did set a 126.2 in the D2 race, but yeah, he's definitely very quick. We're sitting P6 so far, which is actually pretty decent considering that our qualifying is not been great. But Goat Zaidu, who's D2, Wei Ben, who's D2, so we're kind of right there in the middle, but we are very much off the pace at the moment. So this is really not helping too much, as you can see, very wide through these couple of corners, which is not great obviously, but we keep going. We're up by about a 10th so far, so there definitely is a lot more time on this lap. This is a second set of soft tires as we now approach coming into Brooklyn's corner. Actually nailed that pretty well. We gained a couple tenths, lost a couple milliseconds, and now approaching on the exit, approaching the old pit straight 2 tenths up, and we have a massive slide tank slapper. As you can hear, my audio was definitely not out of that. We're going to definitely have to back out of this lap.
There's nothing in it.
Head back out.
Very much indeed, you're going to have to back out. That was, honestly, that lap probably would have put us somewhere up there to a better lap time, but Endzone again setting another personal best, but Ben Formula goes up to P5. So Ben Formula on another strong lap. We are now approaching our final lap, and behind us is actually Detective Midge, who is a D2 driver. Obviously, he's the Alpine team principal. He's also racing for this race. Both Alpines are out, and I believe the other Alpine of Worthless Eagle has actually left the server. So some changes are coming down at Alpine. Don't know what's going on with their driver market right now. Reimer just signed a 2-year deal, or a 2-year extension within the team, so he is set for the long term. And yeah, so far they are doing everything right down in Alpine, but so far about a couple tenths up. Obviously approaching Brooklyn's corner, we're not finding too much time, and we were finding roughly 2 tenths, and we're not finding 2 tenths. So this is actually very weak so far in the first sector, which is actually quite shocking because there definitely is about 2 to 3 tenths in that part. But we kind of gained those 2 tenths back flat out through Brooklyn, or not Brooklyn, Kops, I apologize. And you can see went down into 7th gear, just trying to see what would happen. Now approaching Maggots and Baggots, one of my favorite corners on this racetrack. Slight lift, didn't really use up too much, and found about 3 tenths, but we had a terrible exit. Now approaching the hanger straight. We are not finding any time so far on this lap, so this last couple of corners is going to have to be a Hail Mary type sim. We're so far 4 tenths up, so we are definitely finding a lot of time now approaching, and personal best in the middle sector as well. As we now approaching the last sector, we got to find out at least about 8 tenths as we come across the line. It's actually going to be a pretty decent lap as, wow, it's actually P3.
Nice lap.
Holy fuck.
Excellent job.
Alright, no, that lap was out of the ass. That... Fuck you, Doctor. Fuck you, dude. Oh
Excellent.
my
Good job,
God.
man.
Thank you. Holy shit. I was shocked. Oh my God. I was shocked by that. Midge is not gonna be happy with me because I hold him up, but. Cool. 5 place grid job. Damn. What the hell did he do? Was he first? I don't know. Oh, he had a 5 place. Okay. Ends on with a 125.9. That's really good. He's definitely going to be the new, he's going to become the new Dunrod. A lot of brand new upcoming talent coming to the grid, but yeah, we're going to go for the one-stop strat. Medium to hard is honestly the best strat you could go for. It is going to be an easy one-stop here in Silverstone, but yeah, P4. Doctor pitched us right at the end, so both the Ferrari 2nd and 3rd, McLaren are 1st, Mac in 5th, Wayban 6th, Zaidu 7th, Burla 8th. So those those 6th, 7th, and 8th are all Division 2 drivers, so they're definitely making a good, strong effort to approach the D1 grid. And Mitch, who probably would have set a better lap time, is sitting down there. P10 had a little grid drop, but yeah, so far I don't know what to expect. Obviously, the goal is going to try to stay with the Ferrari, so we really need a pretty good launch. Hopefully, I can just kind of get the DRS and they can drag me through. But on the formation lap, we've had a little bit of a kerfuffle as Burl decides to absolutely kill us on the formation lap. So thanks, Burl. Appreciate it. Idiot. You can clearly see my displeasure was very much annoyed at the moment, so we're going to give him the bird here. So if he's watching this, you did deserve that, bud. I hope you know that. But here we go for the 5 lights here. And we need a good launch here at Silverstone, but we are underway for round number 6 of the championship. We actually get a terrible start. We had a lot of wheel spin on the exit, but Enzo with a brilliant start, Spicy with a brilliant start, almost hit the side of Mac and Cheese's side pod. That was not ideal whatsoever. It's absolutely a horrendous start so far. Waybank goes down the inside, slight contact at the rear of the car, had a little bit of a correction there as Burl went for one with Zaidu and Wayban in the middle. But yeah, Enzo leads ahead of Spicy, Docta, Mac, and then we run 5th. So now the goal is going to try to stay with Mac here, and hopefully Mac can stay with the Ferraris, which is ultimately the goal. Obviously, those 2 Ferrari boys are very quick this season. Probably one of the quicker drivers within the league, obviously, but Endzone is making a very strong effort to basically take that crown. And actually, Mac has actually lost the DRS already to the front runners, so we are now going to be having to play sort of defense mode, I guess you could say. But yeah, he's lost out, which is not ideal, obviously, but he'll slowly start getting that time back. I am not too worried about it, so hopefully both the Ferraris crash and we can pounce on through. That's ultimately the goal, but right now at the moment it's not looking too pretty. So maybe if we could try to work with Mac to sort of DRS share back up to the Ferraris, that'd be awesome. But you can see 1.6 is that gap. Mac is roughly losing out by 1.2, so they definitely are working together, and obviously they're getting dragged along from End Zone, who is doing a fantastic job at front, and we're actually trying to pull a gap from Burl behind, which Burl actually has the DRS, so we're dragging him through. So we're going to have a little bit of a DRS train started to form here, but lap 2 so far this race, it's actually going pretty well.
They have basically departed from P4 back. So now Mac and Cheese should be under threat from Mr. Podium himself, Savage, who's been having a good season with every race he's been a part of. He could definitely get a podium. He's just got to play it smart and not make any mistakes going in to this race.
Lap 3 is now here, and actually Mac has been sliding around quite a bit, 1.9, so we are losing just time slowly as it progresses. But yeah, he's very much struggling up here, and he just really can't match them with the front, and that's fine. I honestly don't know if we could have matched them, to be honest, so obviously now we're just going to try to get him on this straight here. Very terrible exit that he got through Meggetts and Beckett's. And also we did the same thing. We absolutely choked up the Beckett section, but we're going to get around Mac here. And now the goal is just going to try to push on and try to basically defend, because again, we're not going to be able to catch those Ferraris, because if they're getting DRS up in the front, we're going to have to set lap times that are blistering quick. And you just see they're pulling away by 3 seconds, so they're doing a really good job to keep us from behind. But Mac, we could try to see if we could run away and try to break that DRS from him, but it's going to be very close, because obviously he's got his teammate right behind him, so they're going to obviously work together at the same time. But yeah, we got to try to come up with something here, but we have a good shot at breaking it. It's actually, I think we have broken it so far, so we might have a shot.
Yeah, it looks like to me, Mac and Cheese has dropped away from Savage. Savage has just said, nah, let's just pull away from you two. But it looks like Mac and Cheese has picked up the tempo here and got back in DRS, but he needs to stay in DRS. How much battery does he have? He has battery, so he can stay in.
He's actually got the battery still compared to us. We actually are sort of forgetting our strats. My brain is not comprehending, as I'm not actually going down to none mode right now, so I really need to start working on that, because we're costing us some time. But yeah, we got to start going into no. We got to sort of save as much ERS as we need. We need a lot of ERS, and 27% is not great. We need somewhere between 80 to 90.
The second train.
That is the strat, but we got a little bit of a dual
only has 4 cars.
POV
Savage,
here
Mac and Cheese,
with ABJ comes.
I think he's happy to stick behind him. Oh wait, he's actually making the move.
Slightly hear me, obviously,
goes
but
down the inside and makes it stick.
He goes
Savage,
for it, and he makes that pass. So ABJ with the comms, a little bit of a side view. Obviously, I don't know if you can hear him or not, but yeah, ABJ with the comms view, and actually did pretty well through there, did Mac, and he just scrolls right on through. But we're gonna have to try to get him down this main straight. We get the run on him, and well, we very much clear him. So get right back up in the front, I guess you could say. But lap 10 now, really is just kind of playing defense mode, obviously, with Mac and trying to keep Burl behind. Burl is actually in that unlucky spot because he has a lot of he's the third car back in this train, so he's really having a terrible time of just trying to get around us. But Mac is coming in. Burl should be coming in this lap, maybe with Wave Ban as well. So a couple people are pitting. Docta pits. Docta actually got 10 seconds, so he sped in the pit lane. Docta has sped in the pit lane. My boy, you cannot be doing that. You cannot be speeding in the pit lane, my guy. But he's probably going to even run away with that gap, so I'm not too... He probably shouldn't be too worried, because, again, I think his teammate will very much well work with him to try to extend that gap. But, yeah, the tires are starting to fall off. It's not great. Let's catch him up on Colt, see how he's doing.
How you making out back there?
So far, so good.
Alright, keep it up.
Teammate running P5. Pretty good, actually, strong result. He had to take an engine pen for kick. Someone did have to take it. Obviously, our teammate was originally going to be stealth. He was dropped down to reserve. Colts got the promotion up into D number 1, or Division 1. I don't know why I just said that. But, yeah, we're into the box. Pit stop time. So we're going to go to the hard tires. Mac has a great opportunity to undercut us here. He's got a great shot. And actually Burl is also behind us as well, with Ben coming in as spicy pits as well. So he has a great shot at undercutting us, but you need a good pit stop here from the kick squad. Actually pretty decent stop, 2.2, right on the mark. Now the goal is, can we jump Mac on the exit? He's coming out the Lewis Hamilton straight now, as we're going to have to try to get on the power very quickly through here. As we almost binned it, actually coming out of the pit lane. Mac has a great opportunity to get us here down the straight. We're still neck and neck, and Mac is going to get us here very close on the pit exit. Actually, Mac locks up as well from the pressure we put him on. But yeah, Mac did actually a really good job to defend that. But yeah, you can see that the struggle just trying to get out of the exit with the cold tires. It was downright terrible to sort of make that attempt, I guess you could say. But yeah, very much tricky so far, but we're gonna have to try to follow Mac through. Actually, here comes Squirrel. He's got a run. Actually, I don't know what strategy he's on, but he's on a completely different strat, and he's actually entered this discussion. So Squirrel now is a threat, I guess you could say, for right now, until his tires decide to fall off the face of the earth. But yeah, maybe we can actually use his pace to sort of try to close the gap. I don't know how it's really going to work, because it depends on how much of Squirrel's pace he has. Actually, he makes a mistake. He's actually lost control of his car on lap 14, and we're going to try to get around Squirrel. Now I got this little head nod, because at this point I don't know what to do, and I was actually kind of worried because I didn't think I was able to get back into Mac and Cheese's DRS, so we're definitely going to have to push here. But was definitely kind of confused at the moment, because I didn't really know what the plan was. Obviously, I thought originally my plan was trying to see if Squirrel could just stay within Mac's DRS, but his tires really started to fall off very quickly at these later half of the races. But yeah, now we just have to keep the head down, and obviously I've been trying to train myself a little bit more to not lose my temper within the sim, so I've been starting to becoming an Oscar Piastri, I guess you could say, and trying to stay calm. But we got back into the DRS of Mac, so that's very strong.
Pounded by Burl, who's on fresher hards, but is not close enough to make a move. Savage is now actively trying to get closer to Mac and Cheese's DRS and use that to get back up there in the top 4.
But yeah, so far lap 15 now, and we actually got back into the DRS of Mac, so this is actually really going to benefit us from now on. And hopefully we can stay within the DRS. And actually Colt is now into the pit, so Colt went very long on his strategy. He has gone about, I want to say, 15 laps on the hard tires, so we'll get a good estimate to see where he's going to come out. He's probably going to come out in that second pack, but actually I didn't even realize, but he had a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That is definitely going to cost him some points, and that's obviously not what he wants. I do feel bad for him, but it is a very tricky pit entry to sort of get the car stopped. Pit speed, I believe, is like 37 miles per hour. I don't know what that is in kilometers, but it's actually a very slow pit lane, and we go down a little bit. We broke a little bit early on Mac here, but you can see Mac is harvesting a lot of battery, and we're sort of just following him through. And Squirrel actually stay within the DRS, so he is catching just by a little bit. He's also just getting that nice slipstream, but he's got 3 seconds worth of penalties right now. Burl as well, 1.1, so he's also getting dragged along from Squirrel. So we just have a massive DRS train right now, and that's also been the problem, I guess you could say, with this game. Is there's been rumors that it's been just massive DRS trains in about every league that's been going on. So these DRS trains are not helping. These cars are very big, I guess you could say. You see Mac is harvesting a lot. Maybe it's the ERS modes, who really knows. You can see very much choked baguettes, I guess you could say, and now down the hanger strip we go. We actually have a great run on Mac here. We're actually going to try to make this pass. We're going to burn some battery here. We're going to make the move on Mac, and now we just have to kind of wait and see and have a little bit of fun with Mac. Obviously we're not going to catch the Ferraris. They got 10 seconds, but I don't think we're going to be able to. Obviously they're going to want to work together, but it depends on if Spicy's going to want to make a good run on end zone here, and that is the main question, is if he's going to make that run on end zone. But lap 17 and now approaching lap 18. Pace is actually somewhat decent. It's not too great. We're just sort of just trying to bring the car home at this rate. But yeah, honestly the pace could be a lot better. very much struggling a little bit at this track, and you can see losing about half a second to about a full second a lap on the Ferrari. So it is getting a little bit tight, and Mac is definitely a lot quicker than us. He's also getting that nice slip behind us. Actually, he's not doing too bad in the dirty air, so he's actually sort of benefiting, I feel like, from the dirty air, and he's actually making a really good effort. But yeah, Mercedes definitely have a pretty good, strong season.
On Midge, he's got fresher tires to him on, like, life-wise, and, well, softer tire. He's going to make that move, stick, and now he's going to be chasing down Joshy with those faster and fresher tires.
Mainly just checking up on Colt. He's making that ground up, and he is catching, but Max got 3 seconds. Too many warnings for Max, so Burl could possibly be trying to use some team orders to see if Burl can get around us. But you can see Burl and Waveband, they're still within the DRS, so they are hanging on from us. So we're actually just dragging them along. But Colt's pace right now, he's going to have much more of a pace advantage over all of us. He's on fresh tires, so he's going to be bringing that train from him to this train. So it's going to be one massive train towards the end of this race. So it's going to get very feisty here. But again, it's going to be a one massive DRS train. So passing is going to be very tough. But actually, Mac's going to send one down the inside. He's actually good racing here between Mac. He's actually left room. We gave him space as well. So fairly clean from Mac here. He's got a great opportunity to get us on the exit. And yes, he does. So Mac gets us here. Burl 3-4 tenths behind. So we're just trying to keep an eye on that gap from Burl. I really don't want to lose position to Burl or Wayban, and specifically Wayban, or Joshy as he gets called, because technically he has a good opportunity to get P5 in the championship after today's race. So he's obviously a D2 driver. He's been racing in a lot of D1 races. I believe he's racing every single, not all the D1 races, but he's basically raced in a good amount of D1 races. So he is definitely quick. Same with Burl. Two young guns getting an opportunity to join the D1 grid here shortly, but they're very much going to have an opportunity to start giving us some hell. But let's see if they have anything to master from us. But obviously, sort of just trying to hang here with Mac and see what happens. But so far, pretty good, strong so far.
A good race. But you see, four teams are in the top 8. You got McLaren, Ferrari, Mercedes, and Kick Sauber of all teams in the top 8. No other teams up there. It's a 4-team battle for the top 8.
Very much a interesting statistic. Obviously, Kick in the top 8, McLaren in the top 8, Mercedes in the top 8, Ferrari in the top 8. So 8 teams within the top 8, sort of like real life, I guess you could say. But what the hell is Kick Sauber doing up here? Honestly, I have no idea what they're doing up here. But we're giving it everything. We are very much giving it everything in this car. But Mac is sort of not playing nice. Not saying he is. Obviously, he is being nice. But the thing is, he's using his battery to a good advantage. He's actually using the battery on the straights. He's managing and harvesting because he does not want us getting his pass. And obviously, Mac is going to go P4 on track. Obviously, he's got the 3 seconds. So obviously, it depends on where you finish on track, most likely. But yeah, he's very much doing a really good job at defending. But Burl and Colts, actually Colts is making some inroads, and Colts' pace is actually really strong. Actually, Mac has gone out wide. He's actually choked Brooklyn's exit completely, and we get around Mac here, but he's going to easily have a good opportunity to fight us back. So now we have to sort of play defense, I guess you could say. Obviously, hopefully he gets a very terrible exit through Maggots and Baggots, but you can see this is where we're kind of strong on the track, and trying to sort of understand more and more. Obviously, I'm sort of hitting the brakes through Baggots now. I'm not really lifting as what some people are doing, but last laps now, and Ferrari is catching McLaren, so Spicy is making an effort on end zone, but look at that gap, 20 seconds. I mean, if you could imagine like the Australian Grand Prix back in 2019, this is some Valtteri Bottas type stuff. I mean, when Bottas won by like what, 30 seconds, maybe 20 seconds, this is basically the same thing, but I feel like Lewis Hamilton, and then Mac feels like Max Verstappen, because we are just very much in that spot. But Mac goes down on the inside. He gets an easy pass done on the last lap. Obviously, we're going to have one more opportunity down the hanger straight, but I don't think we're going to be able to get him. But Endzone's going to win the Grand Prix. First D2 driver of the season to win a race. Congratulations to him. We're very much excited to see him on the D1 grid, but yeah, it's most likely going to be P5 on track. Not a bad result, actually a really decent result for Kick. And the podiums, the Listanity run has came to an end. 2 podiums was enough, but I'll take a P4 depending on post-race pens. But pretty solid result for the Kick squad in today's race. But Colts definitely got the worst of that.
Well, that was frustrating.
Yeah.
Man, the start was just terrible. They got a horrible launch, and I feel like I could have kept up with the Ferraris, but I don't know.
Good job though, overall.
Yeah, what happened to you? You're 11th. What happened to you?
I got a penalty. Speeding in the pit lane.
Oh,
Like an
jeez.
idiot.
Oh, man. P4, that's not bad. I'll take it.
Yeah, good job, man. Excellent job.
That's a good amount of points for us. I don't know where we are in the constructors, but
Good points for the Kick squad. Really don't know what I was really complaining about. I guess I was just a little bit annoyed because I thought I had a lot more pace, but I couldn't unlock it. But here's the drivers. We now taken P4. So the season has actually been hype. But we overtake JD. Obviously don't know really where JD is at the moment, but yeah, we overtake him, and that's actually very strong, so I'm very much happy with that. But a good amount of points so far as we keep going. But as you see, P4 in the constructors, so we keep on going. But yeah, overall a really solid race from us, and hopefully we can keep this momentum going towards Spa, which is actually a track I very much love. So yeah, if we keep that going, we might have a good shot to possibly take the dub, but who really knows? So that is going to conclude round number 6 of the championship. Very actually strong result, a P4 on the road. So yeah, not bad honestly. And Colts, he kind of just really just got unlucky. Not a big deal, obviously. I wasn't too annoyed. It happened. I've sped in the pit lane. I've crashed multiple times in this league, so I don't think he has anything to be sorry about. But yeah, P4 and a P11, so we did get points. But yeah, we very much move up into the constructor standings. But we keep this momentum going for the Kick squad. It's been going strong, and hopefully it keeps on going like that. So very much having a very much of a glorious season. But thank you everybody for watching this video. I appreciate all the support you guys give this channel. It truly means a lot to me, and very much excited to keep on providing more videos. But have a great rest of your day, everybody, and I will see you guys in the next video.